growing up, there were maybe 4 or 5 careers you could choose from: a doctor, a lawyer, an accountant, a teacher, and probably that was it. But now you ask the average Gen Z young person what they would like to be, and you'd hear things like social media manager, videographer, editor, YouTuber, content creator, social media influencer, and the list goes on. And that's the creator's economy for you. But there's a threat, and that threat is called AI, because now the things that you needed human beings to do, machines are doing them, and they're doing them faster and more efficiently. So to discuss AI and the creator's economy, I'm joined by the founder of OloriSuperGal, a blogger, a new media expert, and much more. Tosin Ajibade, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you here on the show. I mentioned you started off as blogging, but you've transitioned from blogging to new media, creating, and I'm sure you've seen the role AI has played. Have you ever felt threatened in any way that maybe people won't need your services, people won't need your work anymore because they can get it from AI?
All right, so so we all know that artificial intelligence is actually changing the narrative in the industry. And the conversation started, bit by bit, but now it's visible, and more people are seeing the, I would say they are seeing the possibilities of how AI can actually change, the narrative, also change in terms of creating, right? So artificial intelligence being used in creating content, communicating, even creating local content, African content. You're now seeing how real these things can be when you can even use it to clone your voice, clone like an image of you, right? Even use that to create content. So will I say it's a threat? I would say AI is actually here to help humans, to be better with the content that they're creating. So it depends on how you use it, because for your AI, you also still need to train your AI. You need to train it with words, with how you want it to act, how you want it to behave, or how you want it to think, even on your behalf. So you still have to train it. So humans still need to train their AI, but the AI is supposed to support and also help how you create your content.
Running OloriSuperGal, have you found that you're using less people, for example, you're outsourcing more things that you would have asked your team members to do to AI?
So you said,
I'm saying running your team at OloriSuperGal, do you find in the work that instead of giving certain tasks to your team members, you end up giving it to AI? And has that impacted on, say, maybe how many people you now need to employ, how many people you need to do things?
I think at this point, we're not gotten to that stage yet to say, okay, one has assigned this for AI to do, and they want to assign this for humans to do. We still need humans to do the work that we have, right? AI cannot go out there to cover an event. Right? AI cannot go out there to maybe do an interview for now. So, but we still need humans to do all of that for us. So I think at this point, AI will do its own thing, while the humans also do their own thing.
So the team members, your job is still it's still intact. It's still intact. Okay.
Yes.
What about authenticity? Because I don't know about you, sometimes you're watching a video and the voiceover is very foreign.
Yes,
and there are certain things they can't pronounce well because it's local parlance.
Exactly.
What does that say for the authenticity of our local content that is being put out there?
Like I explained earlier, you still have to train your AI in terms of cloning, voice cloning. There are lots of apps out there, from 11 labs to 18. There are different apps that you can use in voice cloning. And in getting that actual Nigerian or local voice or African voice, it will take a while. Some of the African videos that we've seen online, or maybe you found, or maybe on TikTok, or maybe on YouTube, for instance, there are a lot of AI content even on YouTube, right? Bible storytelling, creating folk tales or local content, for instance, just so that they can actually communicate our stories to people. So with the voicing, I don't think it's there yet, right? But people are also using AI as a means to communicate. So it's working. It's getting somewhere, because people are consuming the same content that they will consume from a human being. Right.
And for those who are coming into this creator economy space, how can they leverage AI for their work? Because on the one hand, you're saying, look, there are certain things AI can't do, but then again, you need to learn this AI. So it's like you are for AI.
Yes. So one thing I would say is you still need to learn how to use AI, right? I know there's basic, intermediate, and also advanced, depending on how often or how fast you are in terms of learning, also upgrading your skills, right? So this is one of the soft skills that is also needed. And at the point when you ask the question about, team members not getting a particular role, it will get to a point where it will not be added to your CV or to your resume to say that you need to have AI skills. Same way these days when people want to employ, creators, you need to have like video editing skills. You need to know how to edit video, on your mobile phone. So it will get to that stage where AI skills will be included in this. And why is this? Is because at the stage where we are right now, we cannot ignore the fact that artificial intelligence is actually changing the way we see and we also consume content online, right? We cannot ignore the fact that this is also actually reshaping the way content is being made and the way content is being used. I actually use AI, right? I've used it to create my own image. I've done a lot with AI, right? And there are a lot of possibilities with it. The more you train with it, the more you work with it, the more you get better at it. So for creators coming into the system, you need to learn how to use AI. Do not ignore it. Like I said earlier, AI is there to help you. It's there to assist you, right? While you train your AI, AI to also help you. So don't see it as a threat. Don't see it as something like, oh, it's coming to take my job. It's coming to take over my role. It is how you use it that also it is how you use it. That's what depends on how long you can always use it for your work and also train.
Do you think that we're having enough conversations around AI, especially within this creator space, in terms of things like plagiarism? When you use AI, is that now, can you pass it off as your work? If AI writes an entire novel or does an entire video, do you need to attribute the contribution of AI just like you would and say this is the credit of this video? Do you think we're having enough conversation and even engagement from the government to where to draw the line?
So I think in terms of drawing the line is to be a case where it can be used against a person or organization, saying that this person said this without even the person saying it in their voice. That's a threat, right? But in terms of using it further, we can always tell that you need to get to a stage where you can always draw the line. If you pass or if you create your work, or you create maybe video, audio, or text, for instance, you always need to attribute it that it is artificial intelligence.
So attribution is
very
needed.
Important.
So you can't pass it off as your work. I would like us to watch an AI generated content, and they will continue the discussion.
All right. Because this October. You heard right, and guess who's hosting it?
Fellow Nigerians, this October, Thatcher will break the Guinness World Record, and everybody must be there.
Oh, I can't believe this one, oh. Breaking attempt for 24 hours. I think she will not sleep. I go. But what did they happen this October?
Now, Thatcher, oh, she won't do 150 people makeup inside 24 hours. Oh.
Not true, oh, my people. Thatcher, yes, BBN. Thatcher is hosting a 3-day festival this October. Everywhere go shake. God, I beg, oh. Make her follow join inside, oh. Celebrity must do my own makeup.
Let them cook. Let them cook. 100,000 bags of rice.
Bars finish in just 30 minutes. People, they chop, oh.
I don't know what was going through your mind as you were watching that, but for me, I was just thinking of how much this would have cost if you had to hire models, you had to hire videographers, editors, producers, production managers, makeup artists, and the list goes on. And you're able to create that kind of content. Don't you feel that they took somebody's money? They took somebody's job. Like
so this is so this is it. With the short videos that we just watched, right? There's also a thinking process to getting each scene, right? From the character, model, the way you want the model to look like, the position, the camera angles, the word itself. Like there's a thinking process because, like I said, you have to keep training your AI. So to get the final video, you have to run it like about 6 to 8 times to get that final video. So it is never perfect at the first attempt. It is never perfect at the second attempt because already you can see maybe the hand movement or the face or the camera angle or the text or the word. It could be anything. It could be any error, and like I was saying previously, even when you have your AI generated content, always attribute it to that this is AI this is AI generated content. So even on Instagram has that tab TikTok also has the tab where you can actually click on it to say this is AI, because you need to, the people that are watching need to know that this is artificial intelligence. These are not real humans. So they trained. The video we watch right now has been trained over and over again to get to that point. I actually like the Jollof video, right? I saw it on Saturday morning after the Ilda What Jollof Festival, right? And so creative. Like for the creator behind it to have put that out just 12 hours or maybe less than 12 hours after Ilda broke that record, right? So it shows how creative the human is, or whoever was behind that video would have gone through the thought process of putting that entire video together. You can see the crowd around the pot. You could see the protein, right? You could see everything. So there's a thought process to every individual in that video. There's a thought process to it. So you keep training it over and over until you get to that particular 8-second video. It's just an 8-second video.
Yeah. Definitely, there's almost this partnership between the human brain, the thinking, and then the tools, the machine, the artificial intelligence coming together. Like you said, attribution is necessary,
very necessary,
so that when there are issues around crime, people are not passing your image and saying you're the one who did that, because they can manipulate it.
Exactly.
I'd like us to move to your upcoming conference, New Media Conference. New media is not so new anymore.
It's not. I know,
I don't know
right?
whether we should call it intermediate media, old media. But the conversations, I'm sure AI will feature heavily, because this is something everyone keeps talking about. Can you tell us about the theme of this year's conference and what you aim to achieve with it?
Okay, so for the New Media Conference, the theme for this year is a decade of disrupting new media, shaping Africa's future. Right? We looked at this year. It's a decade for us. And so far, so good. New media has actually helped or shaped, not just the industry, but also the people in the industry, from creators to storytellers, the digital agencies, policymakers, for everyone in the ecosystem, right? It has really helped and shaped and even built careers for people in the industry. So for this year, looking at it that it's a decade, we're bringing all stakeholders in. We are inviting all stakeholders to come join us where we have conversations on artificial intelligence, creator economy, which is very important, monetization, building the Nigerian legacy, right? Looking at it for us, when we started in 2015, it wasn't what it is right now, but things have moved and gone beyond what it is. So we are looking into the future right now, right? So the conversations will move around the building Nigerian legacy, building the redefining the creator economy, and also artificial intelligence, which is one of the conversations that we're having on that day. And I mean, it's going to be an amazing event. And one of the things that we look forward to people attending is for them to have value for what they'll be getting from the panel sessions, right? Applicable skills. Like I said, AI skill is very important right now. It's one of the soft skills people need to add to what they have already. So if you are yet to have that, please, I'm not going to say I beg you, but I think you should look into it, because you need to train yourself. You need to train how to use a prompt. Those are the things we call it, a prompt. So prompting, creating the thinking process. It's like you're the director of a movie, right? So you need to put it in that position. So it's very, very important for us to include a conversation for this year's conference.
Yeah, you can't talk about disruption without talking about AI, because that's been such a major disruptor. One. Now, can you tell us some of your invited speakers? Okay. When will it be happening? How can people register? Okay. Give us more details.
Okay, nice. So for some of the speakers who will be there on that day, we'll be having Dr. Lakin Bofa Goodluck, who is the communications manager for MTN Nigeria. One of our keynotes is Mr. Bayo Adedeji, who is the CEO of Wakanow. We'll also be having Malik Afebua, who is the creative for Slick City CEO. Is actually one of the major people who has actually used AI, right? And a lot of Nigerians have seen how he has been able to use that to tell our stories globally. We'll also be having Lai Wasabi, who's an actor and also a comedian. We'll be having CCME, a top YouTuber and also a digital content creator. We'll also be having Mr. Yinka Adebayo, who's the CEO of OMG Group. We're having...
Looks like a lot of heavyweights.
It's a lot of heavyweights.
And people who are actually in the space. I know everyone knows Lai Wasabi, CCME. So when is it happening and where?
Okay. So it's happening on Thursday, September 25th at the Podium in Lekki. So that's where it's holding.
And we have to pay anything.
Oh yes,
master
you need to
class.
register on the website, New Media Conference Africa, where you can register. So you can register for free, and you can also upgrade your tickets, right? So you want everyone to come in, learn. But if you want to also upgrade your ticket, you can upgrade your ticket at the venue.
It's 10 years now, it's a decade, and like I said earlier, is it still new media? Are we going to say maybe the 11th edition, we'll call it new media again?
Well, we are thinking, we are in that transition phase right now where we are looking to shifting, the name or changing the name. But at this point, I mean, since it's the 10th year, we just want to do what we wanted to do this year and see how we can actually move forward for the next event.
But do you think it's still new media, or do you think there's another media we're about to get into, or this AI media is now another form of
new media? Right? I think so. I think so.
And who knows what else could come in afterwards. Artificial intelligence.
I know. Look, we can't tell for now, right? Yeah. Because looking at how far new media has gone,
yes,
a lot keeps happening every day.
Thank you so much, Tosi Ajibade. I wish you all the best with the 10th edition of the New Media Conference.
Thank you so much. Thank you.